Hi, everyone is welcome. In our previous video, we talked about the nervous system and brain of the structure in general. In this video, we talk about the nervous system cells. Actually, main cells, this neuron. Neuron is a single nervous cell. Nerves are made up of bundles of neurons. It is available in various sizes and shapes. Their length and chemical content are variable. Today there are 150 billion neurons in the human body. About 100 billion of them are found in the central nervous system and 50 billion in the peripheral nervous system. There are 4 to 5 billion nervous cells in the cerebral cortex alone. There are 100 trillion cells in our body. 7 or 7 trillion are nervous cells. A nervous cell, that is a neuron, it consists of 4 parts called neuron body, another name soma. Dendrites, it comes from the Latin dendron, meaning tree. Axon, presynaptic terminals, another name telodendrites. Axons in the CNAs are short, while those in the CNAs can be up to 1 meter. The nucleus is located in the body of the cell. It contains the genetic information that determines the basic functions of the cell and is encoded on the DNA molecule. The information on the DNA is deciphered depending on the environment and internal environment of the cell, allowing intracellular events to occur. Although this code is the same in all cells of a person, it enables cells to have different structures and functions by using different parts in the different cells. The information in the DNA molecule is translated into proteins that regulate the functions of the cell intracellular organelles, called the ribosome and endoplasmic reticulum. These proteins also affect the function of the cell by the influencing intracellular events. Data transmitted along the axon eventually reaches the telodendrites, where is the causes chemical changes. Thus, chemicals called neurotransmitters are secreted from this part called synapses, intracellular information transition points. They may be of the different types and properties, but they are all responsible for information transmission. These chemicals are sensed by the dendrites of the other neuron. Also, neurons have some accessories. One of them is the axon helix, which is the region where the action potential is produced, where the soma ends, the axon begins. It is the region that carries the precursor chemicals for the transmission of chemical information. Another accessory is the myelin sheath. It is an oil-based structure. It is produced by Schwann cells. It covers and insulates the axon of the neuron, and so it increases the electrochemical conduction rate. Another important region is the synapse region. It is usually between 2 nanometer and 40 nanometer. It is the area where the message is transmitted from nerve to nerve. A neuron can establish between 200 and 200,000 synapses. The more synapses, the more advanced that nervous system is, the more extensive the data is processed. The comparison of intelligence and perception also depends on the number of synapses, not the size of the brain, that is the number of neurons. The decreases in the number of synapses causes mental retardation or decreases in the brain, although the number of neurons does not decreases. Glia, they are support cells. It is important for maintaining the integrated and order of neuron system. They help maintain all the functions of nervous cells. It is also important in neural transmission and evaluation. They attack to different parts of the neurons and work with them. Today, the number of glia cells in the adult human is 10 to 50 times the number of neurons. There are about 4 trillion glia cells in the body, 85 billion of which are found in the brain. They are found in both the central and peripheral nervous systems. They are divided into two groups, macroglia and macroglia. Macroglia, small glia, are the smallest glia cells. They are specialized and evolved forms of macrophage structures found in the defense system. They are small and diverse. They are defense cells that protect the CNAs. They destroy them by phagocytosis, that is, by eating foreign substances. They constitute 5% of the total nervous cells. They are found all over the brain and spinal cord. They are in motion in the brain. When the brain is damaged, they multiply right there. Macroglia are large glia cells. It has 7 different types. Astrocytes. They are the main glia cells that support neurons. They are responsible for the growth, nutrition, and chemical processes of neurons. They regulate vascular permeability through the extensions they send to the other walls of the vessels. And they adjust the environment substance concentration amount of substance by forming the blood-brain barrier. It prevents toxic or harmful substances from reaching the inner part of the brain. While proliferation is limited in neurons, astrocytes can reproduce rapidly throughout their lifetime. If damage occurs in area of the brain, astrocytes multiply rapidly and fill that area. This structure is called scar, available only in MSS. Oligodendrocytes, low extension cells. They surround the axons of neurons with their extensions. They form a sheet called the myelin sheet. This sheet wraps around the nerve fibers and insulates them electrically, increasing conductivity. Thus, they increasing the conduction speed of neurons. They are only found in CNAs. Ependymal cells, they cover in the internal spaces in the brain, namely the ventricles, and form the wall structure. Then they provide the relationship between the CNAs and the structure called the choroid plexus, which is responsible for secreting the fluid called cerebrospinal fluid, which fills the brain and spinal cord space. They are seen as stem cells of the nervous system. They participate in the formation of the blood-brain barrier. They are only found in CNS. Radial glia, it is the type of glia seen at the beginning of neurogenesis, that is, nerve production. Their differentiation compared to other nervous cells is limited. They take part in the transport of differentiated nervous cells to their places during the development of the brain and nervous system. In an adult nervous system, they are only found in the cerebellum and the retina of our eyes. They regulate and contribute to variable properties of the brain, such as plasticity. Schwann cells, they are only found in the CNS, unlike other cells. They are not in the MSS. They do in the CNS what the oligodendrocytes do in the CNS. They produce myelin sheaths by wrapping axons. In addition, they are responsible for cleaning the waste materials that occur during the growth of neurons. Satellite cells, they surround neurons in the sensory, sympathetic, and parasympathetic systems. They are quite small. Neurons have the task of regulating the external chemical environment. They act immediately against damage and inflammation. They are only found in the CNS. Enteroglia, they are found in clusters of neurons working for the digestive system. They are important tasks in ensuring internal balance. They are only found in the CNS.